In this video, I'm going to share how you can start a $100,000 staffing agency. Hey, what's up YouTube? It's Natasha, the business recruiter. Welcome back to my channel. So when it comes to starting a staffing agency, it's important to understand that there are a lot of steps, not only on the legal side in terms of all of the laws that are applicable to staffing or employment agencies, but also in terms of the administrative side. There's a ton of items that you actually have to do before you can even get to a point of reaching out to prospective clients and ultimately filling any requisitions for them. And in the traditional sense, starting a staffing agency is going to require a lot of capital. However, there are other avenues that you can explore, with one of those avenues actually being a back office. And you're probably wondering, what exactly is a back office and how do you leverage it? Well, a back office is actually a third party that allows you to be able to sync into their network in terms of being able to run your staffing agency. A back office can ultimately be the employer on record for the candidates or employees that are on contract assignments for other organizations, as well as they can do all payroll administration that would be associated with those employees. Some of the benefits that are associated with a back office are going to include the ability to save time. You're now in a position where you don't necessarily have to wait in order to be able to get the capital needed in order to start your staffing agency. You can actually leverage a back office in order to do a lot of those items for you that would have traditionally required a significant amount of capital. This means that you're putting yourself in a position where you can reach out to prospective clients a lot quicker. And ultimately, this brings us to our second benefit, which is the fact that it actually gives you a lot of leverage. You're now in a position where you don't necessarily have to have all of your capital tied up in being able to administer payroll in regards to the employees that you're taking on for your staffing agency. You now have a third party who's able to do that for you, which means that you can really focus on the aspects of your business that are going to be important for you to be able to expand, which is ultimately being able to find more clients. Now, if you're enjoying this video so far, then be sure to go down below and hit that subscribe button as well as that bell so that you can get notified of all of my videos that drop weekly. Now, of course, there are going to be some downsides associated with a back office. And the first is really going to be associated with you being able to do your own due diligence, meaning that you're going to have to do it even more so when you're leveraging a back office. This is simply for the fact that although you're leveraging a back office, it does not exempt you from any potential lawsuits or issues associated with the experience that an employee has while they're a part of your staffing agency. So you are ultimately just as responsible as that back office company. This means that you really want to do your due diligence about the back office company that you leverage, ensure that you have the opportunity to meet with them, understand their processes, systems, and mechanisms that they have in place before you ultimately decide to do business with them. The next thing that you want to keep in mind is that although you don't necessarily need as much capital in order to get started, you still are going to require some capital. So if you're in a situation where you don't necessarily have a ton of capital that's readily or liquid to you in regards to being able to start your staffing agency, I would highly encourage that you actually focus on starting a recruiting agency. Focus on direct placement, gain some income, get some revenue, and then leverage that revenue in order to be able to expand into actually starting a staffing agency. Ultimately, this will help to ensure that you're better set up for success if you're in a position where you don't necessarily have the capital that's available. Now, keeping in mind that there are a ton of other pros as well as cons associated with a back office. As always, I encourage you to do your research and do your due diligence to determine if it's going to be the best option for you. Ultimately, being able to start a staffing agency is really going to be contingent on the quality of the systems and processes that you have in place, and ultimately your ability to follow any federal, state, or local laws. Well, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, then be sure to give me a thumbs up, as well as if you're not in my Facebook group, then we are in there talking all things recruiting, so I encourage you to join. I'll be sure to leave that link down below in the description box. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next video.